Hey everyone, this is Pat Cook, or better known PC Sports Guy. We're here on YouTube today. The third straight game between the Colorado Rockies and my Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves are at the game at Coors Field. The Rockies are 9-12. The Braves are 13-7. The Rockies have 2 consecutive wins. The Beachy versus Chatwood today. So, as soon as we can get things going, Rockies are in 4th place, so things are improving for them. And we're about to get started here with today's game. And right now, we'll just give the game a chance to settle. Here is Upton. He leads things off against Tim Chatwood. Chatwood has a 2-seam, a 4-seam, a changeup, and a curve. Hopefully he can continue the traditions the Rockies pitchers have done so far. Strike 1. Ball. Oh, come on, This ump is blind. And Dexter Fowler has that one caught for the first out of the game. I'm going to check my bullpen here, make sure everybody is ready, and yes, everybody is up to full speed. And there's a Tulo. That one is over Tulo's head. For a base hit. There's Chipper Jones. Chipper Jones is Strike. Strike 2. Here's a throw, and it is in Upton. Out! Double play! Strike him out! Throw him out! Let me see if I can close some programs here. Just a second. As I try to figure out what programs are taking up a huge amount of memory. It don't look like anything is. Close Pando. Here we go. Strike out. Actually, that was strike 2. I thought it was a strike him out, throw him out, but that will work. Got the base steal and with 2 outs, which made it 2 outs, and then Dexter Fowler takes a swing. Looks like he may have. He's going to have to use his speed to get the base, and he won't beat the ball. He just hit it too hard. Here's Troy Tulowitzki, 6 homers, 12 RBIs, a .318 batting average. That's strike. That's an 84-mile-an-hour fastball. That one's even faster. Strike. 1 gone. Beachy has 2 wins and 1 loss, 2.63 ERA. He's a right bat killer. He showed why right there within his at bat with Tulo. Cargo with 5 homers and 18 RBIs. Let me figure out what this thing is.
You understand that? Al-Qaeda couldn't get people on their side for all the different things they did, including the bombs. But when we do a drone strike and we kill the wrong people in a village in Yemen, that entire village immediately turns against us. And who do they go to? They go to the open arms of Al-Qaeda. See, it's being counterproductive. Plus, it's killing the wrong people. And in fact, when he talked about that,
Cargo's on base. There's Michael Kadire. Kadire is up. And again, Kadire, fly ball, likely to no, it's going to drop. Upton's not going to get to it in time.
Guys, as I look at this, I know some of the drone strikes are a no-brainer in terms of not doing with signature strikes where
Here's Willen Rosario. Runners in the corners, 2 outs.
It's really exclusive, and by the way, it's a walk run. But when you look at the overall picture, Linda, first of all, is this the wrong, quote-unquote, wrong time to talk about it when everybody says, just...
Ooh.
Or is this the perfect time to talk about it because look at what it's done. It's apparently some of these partners turned some people against us that might not have bought this in the first place.
You know, I think it's the perfect time to talk about it actually because of the Boston Marathon involvement funds. You know how we feel when the collateral.
And he's out.
People think they're on a full bet, whether it's right or wrong. And the problem with the drones, it does create collateral.
We go to the second, no score.
I think most Americans, I think they're with tricks. They're not. And I think we have to think about that because we don't want to be responsible for killing these people and then having them turn against us and create more terrorists, more jihadists. That's just counterproductive.
Let me read some numbers to that effect, actually. In Yemen, we've got 44 to 54 drone strikes from the United States. Total reports killed between 233 to 333. Civilians killed up to 45 and 2 children killed.
Strike.
The numbers are even more stark. We've had 368 confirmed U.S. strikes. Total report killed anywhere from between 2,500 all the way up to 3,500. Civilians killed anywhere from 411 to 884 civilians killed. Look at that last line. 168 to 197.
Strike 2.
But even though those numbers are that stark, Chris, is there really any appetite from Republicans or Democrats in Washington to change our drone program?
Well, let's unpack this a little bit. The purpose of the so-called war on terror, as we were told, was twofold. One, most importantly, to keep the United States safe. But second, to win hearts and minds. The question is this policy
Ball.
those ends? And I think that's something that we're
Probably a little low.
to debate. To your previous question, I think it's always a perfect time, always a good time to be discussing our military abroad, what we're doing. The war on terror is difficult. It's not a perfectly clean battlefield where we know who these enemy soldiers are and that thing.
And that's going to be a fly ball to the outfield or extreme outfield. Tulo just lays out and grabs one for the out. Brian McCann, the batter.
To at least slow down on these drone strikes. I mean, it's easy to say it's messy, but then don't do a messy one where you're not sure who you're killing.
Yeah, and is there a chance we break into Rockefeller? No, but I think that's the key to what has to be done because your question was, is it the right time to be discussing it? Yes.
Fly ball.
Yes, it's the right time to be discussing it. The White House
And this one will be caught by Dexter Fowler. The Braves so far are not getting anything but fly balls, except for the base hit early on. Strike 1.
How would you represent this Johar Zarniak guy? I mean, obviously native throughout America now.
Ball.
How in the world would you defend?
It's only about the death penalty. Number one, you have to let them cooperate because cooperation gets you points with the government. It's like a football game. Number two, you have to show he was under the influence of his brother. Some type of psychological influence. His age won't do it because he killed an 8-year-old. Because he took the legs off some 10-year-olds and other people and people.
Ball 2.
So that's the only way you can do it, Chuck. It
Ball 3. I don't know how in the world that umpire could see that as anything but a strike. He put him on base. The umpire had been calling that ball, calling that a ball all along. Why is he changing now? He's Freddie Freeman. A pull hitter, 3 homers, 14 RBIs on the year, 288 batting average.
Just go to mycleanpc.com for your free diagnosis today. Then just activate the mycleanpc.com software to fix it in minutes.
Chatwood, by the way, has no wins and 3 losses and a 10.63 ERA so far. That's up to the second.
The best thing about mycleanpc.com was it had a free diagnosis.
What is with this umpire?
Download your free diagnosis today at mycleanpc.com. That's mycleanpc.com.
Strike.
The Buzz is sexy skin, and you can have it too. The secret is the deep cleansing wash from Proactive. It keeps your chest, back, and shoulders clear, and it's yours free with this special offer.
I get breakouts on my back, and it's like, I gotta hide this.
Fly ball that's going to be either be caught or foul.
Cleansing wash is free.
I recommend a Proactive deep cleansing body wash to almost all my clients because it clears up their chest and their back, and they can wear a little strapless.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
This great Proactive deal right
2
now.
outs.
The deep cleansing wash and these extras free. A $72 value for just $19.95. We even guarantee results or your money back.
This is the best one Stephen's ever had.
And that's 2 on.
Shipping with Proactive next day. Call 1-800-543-9670 because sexy skin is always in.
This show is about analyzing, criticizing, and holding policy to the fire.
Are you encouraged by what you heard the president say the other night? Is this personal or is it political?
A lot of my work happens. Many of the things that I
Runners on the corners.
everything's going on politically, including my own nuance.
Here's
Not only the senator who
There's Simmons.
rich people, but somehow we think raising the minimum wage is a bad idea for the middle class. But we do care.
3 homers, 10 RBIs,
Monday through Thursday at 6 Eastern.
265 batting average.
You are looking at the construction of the George W. Bush Library. The enormous building, $500 million raised for it. How many books can it possibly hold if it's Bush's library? All right.
And
And of course,
Chatwood has 22 pitches through an inning and 2/3.
literally said that in an interview recently. Now, the Clinton's library was only $150 million. And by the way, Bush is not revealing some of the people who donated to his library. Apparently, they're a little embarrassed by it, and so it's not public information. Meanwhile, some polls have him rising. After we forget what
And Atlanta has taken the lead.
it's like a big scandal to call Bush a clown. Anyway, approved 47%. That's not that bad. I mean, of course, this group is larger, but that's just one poll. That's Washington Post ABC News. If you look at NBC, though, no, not quite as much. 35% still view them as positive, and 44% say negative or very
Here's
negative.
Beachy.
So those numbers are still pretty bad. When asked for an explanation, George W. Bush told the Dallas Morning News, much of my presidency was defined by things that you didn't necessarily want to have happen. Well, that's exactly right, unfortunately. Okay, so let me bring the panel here. We got Chris Moody, we got Linda Kenny Cotton, we got Michael Shore.
He hit that foul.
Any chance, Chris, that George Bush resuscitates his reputation?
Well, I think absolutely, and I say that because look at where he started on his last day of his presidency. The man has nowhere to go but up. It really was at the lowest possible place he really could be.
Strike 2.
And people can start to look back and legacy, which is a mixed legacy, I think one can argue. Obviously, Republicans will argue that he's the greatest living president of all time. You know,
I don't think they can argue that. I don't think they can say that with a straight face.
Struck him out.
The greatest living president, George W. Bush. Sorry, you're going to have that on the left. You'll have people demonizing.
Well, despite getting rocked and getting bad calls by the umpires, Rockies only give up 1 run. Go to the bottom of the second. Helton, Pacheco, and Perino do up.
That ballpark at one point with 20%. Disastrous. Now, Mike, I'm going to read you a whole bunch of quotes from George. I'm going to start with A62 here, all right? These are all awesome. He says, I'm not interested in figure porting or self-pity, which then...
Strike.
You might have some self-pity. Why would you even say that? Clinton would never say that because he's kind of proud. Now, when you ask him, are you confident in decisions?
Foul.
He says, I'm confident decisions were made the right way. And he says, I'm comfortable with what I did. Okay, I got that over conversation. And finally, he says, I'm comfortable with
And the ball goes to the outfield. It looked like Ugly had it.
with the Dallas Morning News. Isn't it obvious, Michael, that he's not entirely comfortable with who he is? And he's got a little
Here's Todd Helton.
He got beat up rightfully so during his 8 years in office.
You know, yes. I mean, Chris is a.
And there's Juan Pacheco, 318 batting average, 2 homers, 10 RBIs.
You have a president who is on the defensive on the eve of his library being opened, the George W. Bush Presidential Library, which
Strike.
is frankly the longest oxymoron ever carved into granite.
Helton is off.
When you hear this president, you look at these numbers, by the way. 5 years after any president who is alive now, their numbers have gone on dramatically to still be under 50%, 35% in one of those polls. I mean, that's an embarrassment for this president. I think he has to know it. This is kind of a strange boondoggle.
Here's Perino.
It's the way we do it with the National Archives. I don't fault the people who supported it. I don't fault President Bush.
Helton is at second.
When you hear the things he said, it's really unusual to see a president
Strike.
defensive in the way he is. He knows that he's up against a lot of people here who are not happy with how he was as president.
Lynn, I got one more quote for you. It's actually from the Dallas Morning News. It's A68 here, guys. And it's Tom Benning explaining George Bush's day.
Perino flies out.
Among his most pressing concerns was whether his hamstring
Never been happy with Perino.
ride later that day. And he talked about how he's taken up challenging things.
Here's Chatwood.
Presidential tenure, such as mountain bike riding and painting. Meanwhile, Jimmy Carter is curing guinea worm disease. Okay, I mean, isn't he kind of? He seems like a SNL skit of himself.
Yeah, but you know what? I think we really have to get back to the issue here about who are the funders for the library. I'd like to know what archives, what documents didn't get into the library. Where was the dispute between the archivist and the board of directors, or George Bush, or even President Obama that is saying that maybe some things couldn't come in because they were national security. And then, once we know that, we should know the funders, because maybe there was a reason some documents didn't make it into the presidential library.
Then we go to the Rockies leave Helton in scoring position. We go to the third, 1-0 Atlanta.
Let me give you a quote about that from Bush. This is 834. He said, it's been cordial about their relationship together. But he said, but he lives in Washington and we live in Dallas. I just don't see him much. And I don't see many of the people I work with much. And it's kind of sad. It's great to be in Texas, however. Chris, as you look at that, some drama at the end there between Cheney and Bush, and apparently that rift is
Strike one. Oh, now he's calling them strikes.
I didn't see any mention of his vice president much at all either. So I don't know how much the vice presidents play a role in these libraries. Reagan certainly didn't.
Strike two.
His very highly at the library. But if there is a rift, I think it'll come out in time, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see what happens.
Yeah, and Cheney's not shy about criticizing Bush either, Michael.
Struck him out.
To Linda's point, if there was a Cheney library, I guess probably be in an underground bunker somewhere.
Well, there's a great story. Of course, it would be hidden. There actually is one, but nobody.
Here's B.J. Upton.
The Dan Quayle Vice Presidential Center in Indiana was going to be set up as a vice presidential library. Of course, it went out of business. Nobody came. They couldn't get anything there. So there's that ironic footnote to history right there. So it's a little
I love that story. I didn't know that. That's awesome. All right, now speaking of awesome, well, it's horrible because of what he did. But
Upton
you can't help
swung at a changeup
story. It's a kid by the name of
that appeared to be a
years old. Now, even though he's young, he's actually worked for Newt Gingrich, Paul Ryan, worked on Mitt Romney's campaign, bragged about being Paul Ryan's sole, representative at one point during the campaign. I don't know what he meant by that. It's ridiculous. But he was also, there he is.
ball. There again, the umpires are calling that ball. That strike a ball.
So this is a very sad guy to begin with. Now, there he is. Oh, God, that's so sad. Okay, now apparently he's charged with
strike. In the same basic area, and he's calling that, then he calls it a strike. I don't get it.
He would post their nude pictures online. Oh, Chris, you wrote about this. On a scale of
struck him out.
Political stories of 1 to 10, where does this go?
11.
3 straight strikeouts for Tim Chatwood. Chatwood, by the way, has 4 strikeouts in the entire game.
It's a real go-getter. He wants to meet as many politicians and famous people as he can.
He needs as many strikeouts as he can get.
And that's what he was really doing. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, he was cyber-stalking these women and threatening to spread their new pictures, which he had accumulated.
Hilton out. That one just outside the arms of the outstretched glove of Todd Hilton.
The strangest detail I thought, other than him being Alice the Elephant, was that he threatened one woman to send it to the Republican National Committee. That's something you see every
Here's
day.
Dan Ugla.
It's hilarious because what kind of a weird threat is that? And by the way, how much are you giving yourself away that you're some weirdo Republican? And you have the sense of like, it's so important if I send it to the Republican National Committee. So
there was one detail in the affidavit that said that if the woman did not send her more pictures, or he would send around her new pictures if she did not accept his friend request on Facebook. This is what the affidavit alleged. So it's a very strange story, and the Alice the Elephant thing just added a whole bunch of color.
Ball.
I met him at CPAC earlier this year, and that's when he told me that he was Ellis. So that's where the story came from. Yahoo News.
You met him when Chris met him when he actually has to have his picture taken with Chris, and I'm still looking for that one.
I don't believe there's a picture out there.
Strike.
Saying it'll send it to the Republican National
Nice two-seam.
all right, Linda, one last question for you. Look, you're a former prosecutor. He's charged with cyber stalking and internet extortion. 15 victims.
Yeah.
How much would you have gone for here? How big is that?
As much as I can get because you got.
And you got this one will go to the outfield where Michael Kadier will get the out. We go to the bottom of the third, 1-0 Atlanta.
There's new conspiracy theories about how the Zardia brothers didn't actually do the Boston bomb.
Here's Dexter Fowler. 2 runs, 13 hits. I'm sorry, 2 home runs. 13. Excuse me. 2 homers, 13 RBIs, a 340 batting average.
Viewpoint with John Fugate next. What? Only on current TV.
Excuse me, but weren't computers supposed to eliminate all the paper?
Dexter Fowler, he's going to need his speed, and he's on safe.
Maybe it's time you traded in the old filing cabinet for a new office assistant.
I don't think anybody else would have gotten on safely.
That actually thinks while it scans. With MeetDesk, all your important documents from business cards, receipts, insurance forms, just about any paper.
And Fowler's off again.
And then recognized and organized with the NeatWork software.
Too low.
That's just the
is on base.
And makes it easy to find and easy to use. So that box of receipts quickly becomes a manageable expense report so you can track your spending. That pile of business
2 on, nobody out.
virtually any piece of paper, from medical records to recipes, automatically becomes a searchable document that you can find with just a simple keyword.
Our organization is all about efficiency. Unique scanner. What used to be
Cargo,
over the course of a week,
and there we go.
Meat organizers can be both
Dexter Fowler ties the game at 1.
growth is now easier than ever. So give us a call or go to trymeat.com and learn how you can try a meat organizer for 30 days absolutely free.
That's right. For a limited
3 consecutive hits in the game so far.
organizer, free for 30 days. We'll even refund the cost of all shipping and handling, so there's absolutely no risk. That's how confident we are that you'll love the organizer.
Our tax account loves us now.
There we go. Fly ball.
Receipts, I have one button that I push.
And this will give the Rockies the lead.
So give us a call or go to trymeat.com for your free 30
It's okay. It's okay. Play station to station. The runner is safe. No throw. And the Rockies have the 2-1 lead.
She gets the comedian's laugh. That's hilarious. And the fingers.
Here's Willen Rosario.
The 10 Commandments is what you're telling me. You would rather deal with all the absolutely. And it's always bigger on me.
She's doing Neymar.
And the best part is that current will let me say anything. What the hell were they thinking?
Joy Behar, say it.
Rosario jammed.
Only on Current TV.
Throw.
Current TV is the
First out. Second out.
with award-winning documentaries that take you inside the headlines. Real, gripping, current documentaries. Tonight starting at 10 Eastern on Current TV.
If he was going to get hit by a pitch, what he should have done is simply take the hit.
Compact sedan.
That's what he should have done.
All right, what's the U block? There is Air Force
Beachy, by the way, 23 pitches through
Go to the ceremony.
through 2 2/3 innings.
Library opening for George W. Bush. I mean, they got all of them, but I mean, the whole thing's a joke. Anyway, Shayna Crockmont's here. She's, of course, our digital producer.
Cargo is on third.
We've got something that's absurd. It's not funny because it's about the Boston Bombers, but it's absurd. Yes, conspiracy
Ugly
theories about, the guy
has the ball for the out.
He's a 19-year-old. Apparently, sometimes 90s. Apparently, all this got connected to
We go to the 4th, 2-1 Atlanta.
Tamerlan Zarnian, right? So Associated Press reported Tamerlan took an interest in InfoWars, a conspiracy theory website. Now that's Alex Jones' website. So Alex did not take kindly to this and cooked up a whole new conspiracy theory around that. Let's look.
Well, you knew that it was coming sooner or later. That's right. Infowars.com is now being connected to the bombing patsy suspects. That's right. They're saying that terror
Strike one.
is influenced by shadowy radical evil.
So, Shane, as I look at this, as usual, I'm confused by Alex, right? So, they're patsy suspects. There's a conspiracy theory connected back to Alex Jones, but they're
Fly ball. And this will drop. Foul.
Yeah, but isn't that amazing that, like, he thinks it's an advertisement? Like, yes, these terrorists have been connected to me now. Of course, he says they shouldn't be connected to him. That it's but people really believe this shit. I mean, he's got a lot of followers online, right?
I think it's fair to call InfoWars a conspiracy website, right? I mean, you talk to him, you get a really
Foul.
show. Is there much of substance? I know there are things that you agree with him about, but is there much of substance there that doesn't fundamentally come down?
That is a ball, rather.
Yeah, so it's really important to clarify this because so we
Struck him out on that pitch.
on our privacy too much, right? And then it often does.
He came back and he came back on a with the same pitch, slightly different position.
Insane level. And the government encroaches on our privacy. This is the Rockefellers.
Here's Hayward.
Together, and obviously did a false flag operation in Boston, blamed it on the Chechen
There's and Hayward is on at first base. Would it have mattered if the defense was a little tighter? Probably not. Strike. And there we go. And that one is a base hit. That's not where you want to put an off-speed pitch. And Chatwood's got 2 off-speed pitches. This Simmons.
There was some National Guard by the Boston Mariners. Of course there was! No, but in this episode, there was one American committee in Bay. James Holmes is a suitor now. Stop it! Stop
You know, strike one, and that's a foul for strike 1.
It's so crazy. Like a 8-year-old kid, let alone the 2 women, let alone the cop, let alone the 60 to 250 people who got hurt.
And the defense, the signals. The signal is changed to put change the layer, the defense, and there is that's a ball.
That's a good morning, I guess. Thank you for watching the U-Block, everybody. When we come back, and all associated with a very interesting movie about gay rights. Be right back. The U-Block is brought to you by
Strike.
2014
Strike 2 on that. That makes it strike 2.
You have a call.
Comebacker to the mound. Chatwood. 1. Perino back to Hilton for 2. We go to the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 2-1 Atlanta. I'm sorry, 2-1 Rockies, rather.
When you have joint pain and stiffness, accomplishing even little things can be
Strike.
I felt that this pro golf.
Pacheco, Perino, and Chatwood due up in this inning.
Dermatologist prescribed Ample for my pain and stiffness, and it helps stop joint damage. Ample may lower your ability to fight infections, serious, sometimes fatal events, including infections, tuberculosis, lymphoma, other cancers, nervous system and blood disorders, and allergic reactions have occurred. Before starting Ample, your doctor should test you for tuberculosis and discuss whether you've been to a region where certain fungal infections are common.
Perino is the number 8 guy. He's batting 266. He hasn't been up very often. He's got one RBI, no homers. And Pacheco's off. And he's got a nice base hit out of it.
Every weekday morning, current TV gets political.
We're very excited about that. We're very proud of that.
No big politics or
Here's Chatwood. You know, he hasn't any batting stats. But we'll show it to you. He's had 1 at bat. He's 0 for 1 for today. Strike. Ball. Pacheco is off. There's double steal in underway. It looked like there'd be a double steal. And now balls are going back. Oh, that was gutsy. Try to pull off a double steal with a pitcher at the plate. That takes guts because if the pitcher got a base hit out of it, guess what? Oh, that was a bluff. That doesn't appear to be a bluff. They try it again. 1. And that's all they got. The main thing was getting the runners in scoring position with 2 outs and a dangerous Troy Tulowitzki at the plate. I almost said Troy Aikman. Boy, that would be a blast from the past. Unfortunately, in another sport. Tulo. If they can get 1 across, can they do it? No.
It's not a gay thing. It's not a straight thing. It's a human thing.
You can't blame them for trying. Rockies, my guys, have to get aggressive in the base pass. Really, really aggressive if they have any chance at winning. Yeah, they can't play complacent. They have to take it to them on the base pass.
And, we had a home together, we started the business together, and we had every intention of spending the rest of our lives together. But on May 7, 2011, he accidentally fell off of
the 5th inning.
Building, and he passed away. And his mom
Ball.
came to LA and took his body back to Indiana. And they banned me from the funeral, and they told me if I showed up that I would be physically hurt.
So, Linda, a lot of people say, hey, listen,
Strike.
progress in gay rights and things are getting much better. So, what's all the hubbub about? When you worked on this movie, did you get a different perspective on that, obviously? And what do you think is the state of gay rights in America today?
Strike 2.
Well, I totally get what all the hubbub is about. I mean, millions of people are being, denied their human rights. I think that's where
Struck him out. John Upton is the batter. And Pat Cook is going to make a change. To just who?
I said, I think you and Tom are the couple that we could really go, contain this issue on, because the gay community didn't really have your love story. And I so believe in the power of
AJ Burnett.
I think everybody's made up their mind intellectually and philosophically and even religion-wise where they stand.
would just come in the game.
No argument, no lecture's going to change them now, possibly a film might for the people who are on the fence. So that's what we did. I mean, I thought they were
Burnett's got a sinker, a four-seam, a changeup, and a curve.
small town America, hard workers, decent, don't drink, totally devoted, totally faithful. What a great love story.
Shane, I want to play one more clip from the movie here and get your reaction to it because this is.
Pat, I don't think wanted to make this move, but he wanted, but needed to because of the number of pitches. You know, PC Game Boy. I didn't really want to make that move, but the number of pitches Chatwood threw forced my hand on that. And it's only the bottom of the fifth inning, which means by the time I get to Burnett, it will likely be about the sixth. So,
So Shane, I love your grandmas. That's such a great clip. But then there's parts of the movie where you're not accepting.
and there's a changeup for strike one.
How much does that hurt? And what can you do about it?
Yeah, I mean, Tom and I both had the philosophy that there was no need to come out to our families until, we found that person that we wanted.
And that's a strike two.
And,
86-mile-an-hour fastball.
For me, my family was supportive, and, I'm from Montana, and my family's, very conservative, and so to have Tom's family from Indiana just
Struck him out on a high curveball, high and inside.
Tom, like in the film, we show
Cargo, Kadire, Rosario due up. 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Go to the bottom of the fifth.
This one thing, the fact that
2-1 Colorado.
them from, completely supporting them and accepting them.
All right, one last thing. Linda was super quick. President Clinton did sign both the Press Marriage Act and No Man's No Hotel. Has he made enough amends for that?
Well, I think the president, is a pragmatist, and I think he's done what he's had to do to get as far as he can with what he really believes through the years. And I think he did what he needed to do in the 90s, and he's doing what he needs to do right now, which is to urge the
Here's Cargo.
to strike that down. I mean,
Cargo's on first base, and here's Kadire.
long before it was finished, and he gave me a lot of creative notes on it,
Right.
because he really gets involved, and then he showed him last night.
Cargo's off.
LA in order to do this. And they had to be there early this morning, so it was really great for them to draw that up.
All right, well, you're right there, Linda. Shane,
Again, run and steal.
we'll be right back.
Run and steal. Sometimes they can feast or famine off of that. I think the Rockies have learned when to run and when not to run. Cargo's off again. The Cargo will get in safely, however, Rosario is out.
Their average lifespan is higher than that of the U.S. They have more people in their hundreds than most other countries. What's their secret in putting blood to bottle that?
Here's Todd Helton.
It's called Okinawa.
I seriously doubt Cargo's going to be running for third
Researchers determined that the long life of Okinawa
off of Helton.
due to their lifestyle and diet of fish and vegetables. We have identified 3 foods that have significant health benefits. An Okinawa tuber called Sonori, a strange-looking Okinawa
No.
called Goya.
Instead, he will go home. Throw is not in time, and the Rockies have padded their lead.
Okinawa Life is a dietary supplement created to give your body many of the healthy nutrients and benefits you would get from eating traditional Okinawan food. Let's listen to Dr.
It seems as though the Rockies' base running philosophy now is run and is get the first base, steal second. Helton,
You can't go live in Okinawa. Taking Okinawa Life and following a diet may be the next best thing. This unique
it's like the team is not even taking being hit by a pitch. throw is off the mark, and Helton is safe. It's not real likely they're going to run on Perino either. Now you get a situation where do you pinch hit for Burnett, who is on deck? Doesn't look like you do. Pacheco is off. Throw. Second. Not in time. No, in time. But they do pick up a run. They leave Todd Hilton on third. But that said, though, it leaves Perino at the plate, and it puts them in a situation with the Rockies in a situation where they can pitch hit for Burnett, so they don't overwork him. So it's kind of a good thing they did that. We go to the sixth inning. Rockies lead 3-1.
Criticizing him anyway, so is the left. We'll tell you why you should. And if drones can destroy people, buildings, and neighborhoods, imagine what they can do for a nice president's legacy. Now, tomorrow is the grand opening of the Georgia
Strike. Nice. Nasty sinker.
The Bill Clinton Institute for Marital Fidelity and the Roman Polanski daycare. And Republicans continue to criticize the president in the wake of the Boston Marathon bombing. But don't worry, my conservative friends. In the event of any future terrorist attack, the Secret Service has been fully authorized to give the president a copy of My Pet Goat. Today is the birthday of two-time Academy Award nominee John Russ.
And that is out number one. Here's Dan Uggla.
Which was very embarrassing for the Vatican because for the first two votes, the Cardinals tried to use those old electronic touch screen vote machines, but somehow George W. Bush kept winning. This is your point.
Strike.
Anything on John People saying this is Viewpoint, and this month activists around the country are staging national days of action in hopes of driving the public to stop U.S. drone warfare. Now on Tuesday,
And that's a fly ball. That's likely it will go to the wall. Cargo, fortunately, right there to hold him to a single. Whereas with a normal whereas with a normal defense, they would have to hold him. They would be chasing that ball. Defense has been moved back.
In April, South Carolina Senator and Tennessee Williams hero Lindsey Graham told a Rotary Club audience, and I quote, "We've killed 4,700. Sometimes."
Again, a nasty 79-mile-an-hour sinker.
Actually, we haven't declared war in this country since 1941, and that's the first.
For strike one.
But a number of the casualties from the drone war. Now, as Senate Intelligence
Burnett.
February, Chair Dianne Feinstein insisted
He's-
civilian casualties in that war are
That's-
likely in single-
Oh, that's a ball. Come on, Rump! You've been calling that a strike.
Drone strikes may have killed as many as 3,500.
You've been calling that a strike for a long time. Now, why are you now calling that a ball?
Children. In Yemen, where drones have been less active, the casualty count could rise to 450, including nearly 50 civilians and 10 children. Now, at Tuesday's
Now, that's a strike. It gets same area. Why are you calling that a strike?
people from his village
When the pitch just before it was a ball.
They think of the terror they feel from the drones that hover over their heads, ready to fire missiles at any time. What the violent militants had previously failed to achieve, one drone strike.
And strike out.
This is not an isolated
An
case.
off-speed sinker.
Strikes at the face of America to many humans.
Meanwhile, Senator Rand Paul, who filibustered the Senate for 13 hours over the possibility drones might ever be used on American soil against Americans, said this on Where Else Monday.
If someone comes out of a liquor store with a weapon and $50 in cash, I don't care if a drone kills him or a policeman kills him.
It's funny because I didn't know summary executions of
Strike two.
was a libertarian.
Check that, strike one.
Paul kind of thought it wasn't too because on Tuesday he released a statement that read in part, I quote, "My comments last night left the mistaken impression that my position on drones had changed. It has not. Armed drones may only be considered in extraordinary lethal situations where there is an ongoing
Strike two.
threat." For more, I'm very pleased to be joined once again by the brilliant Representative Barbara Lee, Democrat of California, a member of the Appropriations Committee and Congressional Progressive Caucus, who has been a leading voice on this issue. Congresswoman, a pleasure to have you back on Viewpoint.
Delighted to be with you, John. Thank you for this.
Well, thank you. Now, you attended
And he struck him out.
hearing on Tuesday. Let me ask, how unusual is it for members to cross the aisle to the other chamber for hearings and
Two strikeouts in a row.
to even send a witness?
Perino, Burnett, and Fowler. The Perino, the pitcher spot, and Fowler do up. And now it's likely Burnett could pitch.
What the implications are for counterterrorism as well as the constitutional implications.
They could wind up being pinch hit.
To listen in, but I thought it was important for me to sit in those hearings to really listen to what the witnesses had to say. I was disappointed that the administration did not send a witness, but I tell you, the witnesses who were there were phenomenal. And I'm convinced that if we do not repeal this authorization to use force that I voted against in 2001, we're going to see the state of perpetual war forever. And in fact, the use of drones in many
Now Burnett is
just the opposite effect. It
up.
creates more hatred, more anger, more hostility toward our country. Also, John, the young man from Yemen, thank you for playing his part of his testimony, but I have to also add that he received scholarships from the State Department. He is pro-USA. This man went back to his village and was devastated by the use of drones. He stands with the American people.
I have to go with
And now
a pinch hitter because I do not want to overwork any one pitcher and underwork others, especially since I'm going on a road trip.
Now, last month, Congresswoman, you were one of 8 representatives who signed that letter to President Obama asking for the legal rationale for the drone war.
Kane winds up doing a fly ball, I think, or is it going to drop? No.
In your opinion, is that going to be enough for the administration?
He gets 2 outs.
Well, I think what's important now is that first the administration.
And Kane winds up hitting it to the outfield.
Of course, the president is our commander in chief, and he's responsible for protecting our country. He's our national
Ball.
person who has these very awesome responsibilities, and he's doing a phenomenal job. But that does not mean Congress should not be in the loop. We have a system of checks and balances, and so we have to insist that the Constitution
Fowler
and requirements of members of Congress are
gets a base. It looks like it's gonna drop. Maybe no.
2001. This blank check has been used over and over and over again to justify so many actions that the American people don't even realize that
We go to the 7th.
caused us into, as the president said in his inaugural speech, a state
3-1
warfare. We've got to stop it.
Rockies.
John, I have a resolution, a bill that would actually repeal that resolution, and I have to get, of course, many co-sponsors for that. But I think the debate is beginning, and I want the House to also have hearings, just as Senator Birmingham in the House of Representatives, to really look at the legal justification.
Badenhop is now on.
That's the big question. What is the legal justification? Senator
Badenhop has not had much work lately.
The rule of law prevails.
He has 1 win and no losses. He has no ERA to speak of. He has a slider, a four-seam, a changeup, and a sinker. He has had appearances, but so far, nobody's been able to get anything across on him. Badenhop will take it to the bag himself for out number 1. He perhaps, Badenhop, by the way, perhaps the Rockies' ace middle inning guy. Probably a good setup guy for Betancourt.
But do you think he's aware?
I think the logic behind that is the hopes that the Rockies will actually use Badenhop to probably get the Rockies into a position where they can score more runs and probably avoid having to use Betancourt. That's strike 1. Or if he does, if they do choose to relieve him in the 9th, that it would be for mop-up work by another middle inning guy. Strike 2.
From your lips to the White House's ears, Representative Barbara Lee, Democrat of California, as always, many thanks for coming on Viewpoint.
Thank you.
For more on the politics of the drone war, it's a pleasure to be joined again by Forbes.com contributor, Mr. Rick Underwood.
Struck him out.
Well, a Gallup poll last month found more than 2/3 of American adults in the U.S.
The Rockies win, and that, by the way, 10 strikeouts is collectively through the staff. If the Rockies win today, they will sweep the series against Atlanta, which means their first sweep of the year. They will go 10-12 going into the road trip against Arizona.
Old school warfare. We had rules. Yeah, there were rules. How you treated civilians, how you treated sick, how you treated injured. We have none of that when it comes to this. And this is a big part of the issue. And
Strike 1.
So you've got these multi levels of problems. And to be honest, I feel like once they devised the technology for this, nobody took the time to think through, because they went, wow, what a great way to kill terrorists. Yeah, right? And it is. It is a great way to kill terrorists. But there were all of these issues.
Strike 2, an 86-mile-an-hour sinker.
Keeping American boots off the ground is a good thing. And this is the new normal. It's not going to change.
As Senator Durbin said, it saves money and it saves lives.
Well, it saves American lives. Right. But at the same time, as we saw in the Bush administration, you can make up all kinds of new language.
Struck him out.
Enemy combatants, because we can't call them prisoners of war, because that would mean we'd have to
double strikeouts. We go to the 7th inning stretch time. Tulo, Cargo, Kadire due up.
Don't want the U.S. terror suspects overseas, American citizens, to be killed by drones, and just 25% support using drones against suspected U.S. terrorists living here. Is that the sort of double standard that's kind of cementing our reputation among the Middle East?
Walden is the reliever. He's got a 7.2 ERA. He has no record.
Because in fact, it should probably be reversed. But the one case you can make is
and Tulo hits a shot to the outfield, and he greets the reliever with a nice double, saying, "How do you do?
It's not going to happen.
I will take 2."
To do what he does, and God knows what may happen, or we have to do something like what we did.
Doubtful he will run the 3rd here.
And it can be done, whether it's trial in absentia. There are ways to do this. You know, if you get charged with a crime and you decide not to show up, then it's not going to trial.
See, to me,
oh.
A guy like Amalakbi in absentia and found him guilty, that would be an incentive to turn himself in to avoid having his house blown.
Exactly.
Ah.
So we know what was coming. You would have
He was looking at ball, too.
a little more on the side of that. We would have
Cargo lifts it.
Yeah, we gave him
That will likely be caught by Hayward near the warning track.
but we can't sit by and do
It's enough to tag for the runner to tag up and head to third, though, which Cargo does. Actually, check that. Tulo tags up. And here's Kadire. Michael Kadire, his 3 homers and 11 RBIs, 362 batting average.
A lot of Obama supporters don't like to hear this being discussed, and in our F-Block commentary tonight, we'll be talking about exactly that. But when he said he wanted Congress to create a new architecture around this, isn't that just sort of a form of passing the buck while we still the one doing it?
And Tulo is out. Tried to steal home. That's getting a little too aggressive. That just simply created the second out. However, Kadire, had he connected, certainly not the thing you would want to do with a fresh pitcher on the mound. Try to steal third. So try to steal home. Go to the 8th. 3-1. Rockies.
It was when the answer the Attorney General gave to his question, are there any circumstances where you would use this weapon on American soil against an American citizen? The Attorney General said, well, I can envision a catastrophe like 9/11 or Pearl Harbor. That wasn't good enough for Rand Paul. That's why he filibustered. But suddenly some guy, a guy coming out of a liquor store. Some guy robs and smearing off on a few scratch-offs.
Strike one.
It was unbelievable. It was true. I actually was with my friend Neil Cavuto at Fox today, and I thanked him for giving me one of the best stories I've been able to write in years. It was remarkable.
It's pretty amazing, and it does show that in American politics,
Strike two.
It's an airborne virus.
And you should see how people are defending it. Now, to the credit of some libertarians, they are calling fact.
Yes.
Much to their credit. But, I mean, if you looked at my article and you
Strike three.
You find out, one, that they don't understand this issue at all. And two,
3 straight strikeouts.
Well, and it's an issue that unites the real liberals and the real conservatives. In the case of the real liberals, they are the ones fighting for the president's legacy. Forbes.com contributor Rick Unger, many thanks for being on the program.
Is B.J. Upton.
Comedians mourn as Michelle Bachmann faces an uncertain future. Jim Graves, the man running against her in 2014, joins us next.
And just to make sure that Badenhop, so ERA, remains unscathed, they are going to move the defense back, and that's strike.
Why are icebreakers mints called mints? Answer. Mint is used to refer to a product form. When a tablet is pressed, it is mint.
Strike two.
Brought to you by Icebreakers Mints. Break the ice.
Just say it. Why is he having to all the good machines?
Here we go. On screen.
very sorry. I think I ran into you.
Fly ball. That could go to Dexter, who stood literally at the warning track.
That's my thing.
That was dangerous.
See Star Trek Into Darkness in theaters May 17th. Go to eShirts and Facebook page for a chance at free movie tickets.
Good thing the defense was standing there. Dexter Fowler was almost camping under it, right at the warning track. Otherwise, I think it's reasonably safe to say that one was gone.
Mortgage, married, 3 great kids. He wants to protect
He
his
does
kids.
not want to pitch that one
Term life insurance.
again.
What do you think it'll cost him? $100 a month? 60?
Fly.
Actually, none of the above.
That one.
$500,000
Helton back.
rated insurer for under $19 a month.
And he has it.
SelectQuote. SelectQuote is impartial. They'll compare
We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Rockies need more runs. Rosario, Helton, Pacheco due up, and if any, we're going to do up in the 8th.
$500,000 policy for under $16 a month. Select Quote has helped make term life insurance affordable for hundreds of thousands of people since 1985. How about you? Just call this number or go to selectquote.com. Select. We shop. You save.
Rosario, he gets on.
The thing of the day tonight is our overreaction of the day. It's a great one. It happened on Wall Street Tuesday when the Dow Jones fell a perilous 143 points for about a minute because of one fake tweet. Hackers somehow commandeered the Twitter feed for our neighbors, the Associated Press, and sent a message saying the White House was hit by 2 explosions and President Obama was injured. The tweet, of course,
Rosario is out!
Between noon and 2 ended up looking like Bush's 3rd term was just announced. As for the person who actually hacked into the AP Twitter feed, well, you might want to look for somebody who brought a lot of stock yesterday, right around 1 o'clock. So if there was a spoon that had stirred the Tea Party for the past few years, it would have to be Michelle Bachmann. The former presidential candidate turned Minnesota congresswoman and perennial conspiracy theorist has been one of the most prominent and controversial voices of the extreme right.
And that's out 2, out number 2. What now their aggressive base running is turning into base running mistakes. The Rockies are going to be careful about that. 1, Pacheco.
In addition to facing an ethics violation investigation in her failed presidential campaign, will also be facing a sustained and
Ball 1.
in 2014 from Democrat Jim Graves, who was defeated by Ms. Bachmann by less than 1% in last November's election. We are pleased.
And that is a fair ball down the line. Can Pacheco beat out the throw? No, he cannot. We go to the 9th. Rafael Betancourt comes on to close it out against the heart of the order of the Atlanta Braves.
Well, first of all, I didn't really call it embarrassment. People call her that when I travel the district, but she really does epitomize everything that's wrong with Congress, John. She divides, she separates, she antagonizes, she throws hand grenades at people's characters. Rather than going after the solutions to the problems, she goes after.
Betancourt has a slider, a 4-seam, a changeup, and a 2-seam as we get underway in the 9th inning. Rockies up 3-1. Their hopes of sweeping the Atlanta Braves still alive, though it hinges on this performance here today. Here in the 9th inning.
So let me ask, how would you represent, and lost by less than 1%, by the way, very admirable. So how would you represent Minnesota's 6th district differently than Congressman Bachmann today?
Well, first and foremost, I would pick government talks.
Second, strike 2, rather.
Skill set that makes people get. I mean, in business, if all you do is separate, there's an outcome. It's called bankruptcy. You have to bring people together. You have to find solutions and come together and bring all your assets and make things happen.
Struck him out.
She's creating gridlock. She's creating success. She's creating.
Here's Brian McCann. And the defense goes back just in case the Braves try anything.
Well, let's say we're in the Ultimate Universe where you got her professional scene in 2012. So where would you stand today on the immigration legislation?
There's strike.
By the so-called gang of 8 bipartisan groups?
I think it's a great bill that we have to push through. Right now, we have 11 million people living in this country sharing economy, basically a lot of indentured servants.
Fly ball. Defender. No defender near it. Runner on first base. There's Brian McCann on first base, and here's the tying run. There's Hayward. They cannot allow him on base because then comes the lead run on deck. Hayward has no homers in 5, but he has 5 RBIs and a .202 batting average.
Let's move on to managing Jimmy. Of course, we saw the rather wild gun background check bill being defeated last week in the Senate, where they wouldn't even allow him to have a vote. Sir, if that legislation had somehow got approved by the Senate and made it to the House, how would you vote?
I would have voted for it. It was really good.
Strike one. 87 mile an hour fastball.
90% of the people in this country were supporting that legislation. It's really unfortunate. This again minimizes what's wrong in Congress. We can't get Congress to come together.
And Tulo has it for out number 1. Actually, out number 2, I think. Yes, it is out number 2. It's Freddie Freeman. Rafael Betancourt, by the way, has 1 loss. I'm saying no wins and 1 losses, but 1 loss. But he has 7 saves, and so far tonight he's thrown 7 pitches. Not that that matters much. McCann is at first. And there's a 71 mile an hour changeup. Betancourt throws one of the fastest changeups in baseball. Strike 2. Now the Braves are down to the last pitch. And this should do it. Helton goes to the bag. The Rockies win. They win the game 3-1. And the series 3-0. The Rockies 3 runs. The final score: the Rockies 3 runs and 14 hits. That needs to change. And no errors. Atlanta 1 run on 8 hits and no errors. The Rockies are now 10-12 on the year. Burnett is the winner. Beachy is the loser. Betancourt gets the save. And Chatwood gets no decision. And now we show you some of the other scores around the major leagues. Betancourt, by the way, got his 8th save. Other scores around Major League Baseball. Texas beat Los Angeles 10-5. Toronto in a wild one over Baltimore 12-10. Oakland losing to Boston 3-1. And Cleveland losing to Chicago, the White Sox 5-3. Kansas City losing to Detroit 11-8. The Yankees beat Tampa Bay 7-4. Likewise, the Cubs over Cincinnati 2-0. Seattle over Houston 8-5. Los Angeles, the Dodgers rather, beating the Mets 7-3. Philadelphia beating Pittsburgh 7-5. Milwaukee over San Diego 9-8. Arizona beating San Francisco 5-4. And St. Louis losing to Washington 5-2. The Rockies will play at Arizona on tomorrow night. That game will be on Twitch TV. Rockies maintain their 4th ranked position behind Arizona. They hope to change that. Rockies are 10-12. Arizona is 13-8. They're 3.5 games in back of the Diamondbacks. And that will do it for today. We will catch you next time. Right here. We will catch you next time. Actually, I did lose. I did lie to you last night. But not tonight. When I say this, our next broadcast on YouTube will be on Sunday against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Until then, we will catch you next time right here on the channel. Have a good day.